You are now listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 2. Chill!
Yes, hello everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Jim in the YPG, and a Premier with Podcast. Welcome to a new episode of Mr. Jim the Podcast. Hope all is well. You know, this episode I got a special guest. Now I got a podcast who come to the show. She have a podcast show called, well, let me make sure I pronounce this right, Ambisextrous Apostate Podcast. And we'll be talking to her about her show and many more. And y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, I'll be right back.
It's your boy Dre the General, and you are now tuned in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And this is Mr. Gentleman Fact Quote of the Day. And today's quote of the day is, when you focus on the good, you will end up getting good results. And what I mean by that is self-explanatory. Focus on the good, and you will get good results. And, positive impact, give you positive results. And that's today, Mr. Gentleman Fact Quote of the Day.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, and I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. On Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, we interview many guests about their life journey, pretty much where they come from and where they at now. Also promoting their brands or whatever they're doing at the time they come on the show. We also have the host talk about personal stories about himself and everything that he's been through. And also we have fun conversation about anything music, anything old school, relationships, wrestling, and many more. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays at 12 a.m. We are also on every Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Spin-Off Series Thursdays, where we have all of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast spin-off series all in one day, where we have a conversation about music podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursday at 12 a.m. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, the Pods, and many more. Or y'all can check it out on the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com. And tune in every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to this commercial break of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Cheers! Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, and this following episode may contain sensitive topics that is not suitable for my audience. So I just want to take the time to let you know that viewer discretion is advised. Thank you and enjoy this episode.
This is Natalie Armstrong, and you're listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, I got my special guest. She has a podcast show called Ambisextrous Apostate podcast. We have Miss Natalie Armstrong in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good. Welcome to my show.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
All right, so let's start this interview. All right, so we're gonna start off with, where are you from?
So I've lived in Utah my whole life. So born and raised, and I still live here.
Okay, nice. So how would you describe yourself as a person?
So I'm a bisexual ex-Mormon, and I'm just trying to juggle my past, passion, and purpose. And I love to learn, like, no matter what it is.
Okay, nice. So what inspired you to make a podcast?
So about a year ago, when I first realized that the Mormon church, you could also call it the LDS church, wasn't true, I was just crushed. It was my whole world, and it was the foundation for who I was. So I felt very misled, and I immediately wanted everyone out there to know why it wasn't true. I wanted to make YouTube videos with all the facts laid out. And so for the next week or so, I started doing research, and what fueled me was my anger at feeling betrayed and duped, and my passion to share the truth. I wanted others to be able to get out of Mormonism as quickly and painlessly as possible. While some might consider it a religion, and so long story short, my health started to decline rapidly, and I fell out of my project. But in February of this year, I participated in a mindfulness class to help improve my health, depression, and anxiety. And once I was able to move past these physical barriers, I really connected to my passion and purpose. I found peace and gratitude in the little things, and that was when I had the desire to give back to my community in some way. And I want to fulfill my goal by connecting with others, sharing my story, and creating an avenue for others to share theirs too.
Nice. Don't appreciate you taking a stand for what you believe in. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So tell us about your podcast show, Ambisextrous Apostate podcast, and how you came up with that idea.
So Ambisextrous Apostate is a podcast about me being an ex-Mormon chick and bisexual, realizing that there was nothing wrong with me, but really with what I was raised in. And we revisit my religious trauma, my experience growing up as a closeted bisexual. No one ever knew that I was bisexual. And then just more about how we highlight the abusive, harmful aspects of the Mormon culture and just how I came to be.
Okay, nice. I actually listened to your podcast show, and it's very interesting. I like it. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So what other topics do you discuss on the show?
So we talk about LGBTQIA topics. So anything between individual stories, what's kind of going on in the world, and more specifically, how it's affected me and my life. Because the culture I was raised in, it was very looked down upon. You were considered a sinner if you had any sort of same-sex attraction or anything of that sort. And so it was really hard for me growing up. So I want to talk about it now and help others share their stories too. We also talk about other cult survivors from other cults, not just the Mormon one. But we also talk about just kind of what I grew up around and more about the religion.
Okay. So explain to everybody, what is an ambisextrous?
So ambisextrous is a slang term for bisexual.
Okay.
If you've ever heard of the word ambidextrous, meaning you can write with both hands, that term comes from that word, and meaning I like more than one sex or gender.
Okay. Well, I didn't know what it mean either. So I'm glad I did learn something new today.
Yeah, when I was trying to come up with a name for the podcast, I was like, well, I'm bisexual. How do I want to incorporate that? And I knew I wanted to use the term apostate at the end because that's what the church views anyone who goes against the church's rules or standards, and especially those who have left the church. So I wanted to kind of use that to my advantage, the apostate part, and I wanted some sort of alliteration to go with it that also explained my sexuality. So in my mind, I was like, ambidextrous means like both hands, two or more. And I was like, ambisextrous. Then I looked it up and realized, it's a term already invented, but it's not well known. So that's why some people may have never heard of it before.
Okay, interesting. I'm glad that you explained it. Interesting. That's a dope, interesting thing that you just explained. So what is your goal for your podcast, and what message you want to bring to your audience?
So my goal really is just to share my story and to help others share theirs. I want ex-Mormons, cult survivors, and LGBTQ plus individuals to just not feel so alone, and for others to learn from our experiences. You don't necessarily have to fit into any of those groups. We have listeners that are never Mormon and that are straight, like you. They just like listening to our stories and what I've been through and what others have been through. I know for me, when I listen to other people's stories, it just gives me that sense of purpose that, hey, I'm not alone in this, so others aren't alone either. And so all we can do is support each other, and I want to create a community of people like us and those who are just allies that support us in having basic human rights.
Nice. Anything possible. I know you can make that happen. Anything is definitely possible. So, do what you gotta do to make that goal set. So, what is one thing in life that you are passionate about?
Deep down, I'm just passionate about helping others in any way I can. That's why I'm doing this podcast. I just want to help other people. I'm passionate about learning everything I can, becoming the best me I can be. That's my life motto. Every day I strive to become the best me I can be. And I think that's just really important. No one's perfect, but we're all trying. And in the end, we're all going for the same goal. We all want to be better any way we can and help each other.
Nice. I definitely agree with you. That is our goal, to really just be better every day and just stay focused. I agree with you on that. So let's switch it up a little bit. So what is your dream venture? Something that you always want to do?
So originally I wanted to become a delivery nurse, so helping to deliver babies. But because I have some different health issues, I can't be in high stress situations, a normal 9-to-5 job. So it's kind of like sad in a way, like that's what I always wanted to do. But now I've been able to find a new passion and purpose. My dream now is to advocate for LGBTQ plus individuals, especially the youth. I know that had I, as a kid, had someone there for me, someone to tell me, hey, I've been there, it's hard, but we can do this, I wouldn't have been so suicidal. I wouldn't have been so depressed, knowing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a way out, and once you become an adult, you can absolutely love whoever you want and be in a society that accepts it. And in Utah, it can be still hard right now, even though I'm an adult, and because Utah is pretty conservative, and they like to stick with the ideals of a family is only a man and woman and their biological children. And so it can be really hard still, especially with so many religious members of the Mormon community. But knowing that once you're an adult, then you can go where you want, you can be who you want. I want to be a motivational speaker as well. And help those kids feel safe coming out to their family and peers, and then helping those families deal with that. I know that there are some Mormon families that are super accepting of their kids that come out to them. And then there are others like mine that just cut you off. And so for me, I lost all of my family and friends when I came out a year ago and when I left the church. And so it was really hard. And I want to try to rebuild that in my own life. I know that I can't be the only one that feels this way. And so I just want to help out with that as much as I can.
Okay, nice. All right, so do you have any project going on? What other stuff you got going on other than the podcast?
So the podcast does take up most of my time since we have weekly episodes. And so I engage heavily with our listeners too. I'm on social media very often. We have daily posts, whether it's like Meme Monday, Trivia Tuesday, things like that. So I spend most of my time doing that, but in my spare time, we've been fixing up our yard. Paxton, my fiance, we're co-hosts on the podcast, and he's a never Mormon, but he got a house about 2 years ago or so, and the yard really needs some cleanup, and we're finally starting to work on that. So working on that, and then just cleaning, and then spending time with Paxton and our cats. We have a couple of cats.
Nice.
So that's what I do in my spare time, and then just spending time with friends as much as possible. I know right now it's pretty virtual, but
yeah. I feel you on that. All right. So what do you have to say for anybody going the same route as you?
Like in life or creating a podcast?
Both in life and creating a podcast. Like, something inspirational.
I want people who have been through similar things such as I, or just hard things in general, to know that you are not alone. And you can reach out to me anytime you want. Like, I don't care your background or anything like that. Like, there's no judgment here. It's a safe space with me. I just want people to know that there are communities out there, whether it's on social media or in your geographical communities. There are resources for no matter what you're going through. I think it's really important to connect with people who are going through similar things. And then on the podcast aspect, just be yourself. I know that I have, since I started the podcast, we only have 7 episodes up so far, and we've been doing this for a month. And we started at a time where people are dealing with their own things and they don't really have much time to listen to podcasts, especially new ones, because there's been a huge influx of new podcasts. My message would be, keep going. You might not feel like anyone's listening, but just keep doing it, because I know for me, even if no one was communicating with me, I would still do it, because for me, getting it out there, it's really therapeutic, especially for my type of podcast, where it's personal stories and really opening up. And so just continuously going and realizing numbers aren't the main goal. It's the connections you make. It can be so hard when you compare yourself to others and their success. But I think that's where you need to go into your podcast going, these are my goals. This is my main goal and what I want to get out of it. And not being so hard on yourself, because no one's perfect. Nobody starts out amazing, even the most famous people. It's okay to make mistakes and not be perfect, but hey, we're all human. That's just who we are, and that's what's to be expected.
All right, dope. Thank you for coming to my show, Miss Natalie. I appreciate it. Your podcast is great. I was interested. I really enjoy your podcast. I definitely will keep tuning in. And drop your social media where everybody can reach you, and drop the everything they go listen to your podcast.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me and helping me to share my story. And I love everything you're doing. You're so awesome, and I love listening to your episodes.
Thank you. All right, so drop your social media and your podcast, like where they can listen to and where they can reach you.
So on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Ambisextrous Apostate. And then on Instagram, it's Instagram.com/Ambisextrous Apostate, and Twitter is Twitter.com/Ambisexapostate. You can listen to our podcast on the major podcast app.
All right. Nice. Thank you, and we'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman. Now, I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, and this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spinoff Series Thursdays. And Spinoff Series Thursday is the new home for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Spinoff Series that brought to you shows like A Conversation About Music Podcast, The Old School Show, and Date Night Talk Podcast. And A Conversation About Music Podcast is a music spin-off series where we talk about anything music, from the current music scene and the old school music scene, where we interview many guests that's in the music industry and artists about their music journey. We have a segment game called The Face Off, which is a versus inspired game. And we have roundtable discussion about variety of music topics. And y'all can check out A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Now, the Old School Show that featured myself and the star Roddy Rod is a show where we discuss anything old school, from music, TV shows, movies, and many more. We also bring in guests to join in on the old school conversation. Y'all can check out the Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. Every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And last but not least, we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B, where we talk about anything relationship related topics like love, dating, relationships, cheating, the good and the bad, and many more. And y'all can check out this spin-off series, Date Night Talk Podcast, every second and third Thursday at 12 p.m. So look out for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spin-off Series Thursday, A Conversation About Music Podcast, every first Thursday. The Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursdays, and Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays. And y'all can check out Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays for the main series and every Thursday for spin-off series Thursdays. And thank y'all for checking out this commercial break. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. True!
I just want to take the time and thank everybody for tuning into a new episode. Thank you to my special guest, Miss Natalie Armstrong from the Ambisextrous Apostate podcast. Check out the show. It's really dope. It's really interesting. And if y'all want to be in my show, send me a bio of yourself and everything that you do to my email, kenypgent@gmail.com, or you can DM me, Ken_Mr. Gentleman. I repeat, Ken, Ken_Mr. Gentleman, GENTLEMAN. When we open back up for business, and y'all living in the New York area, come check out Ringers Friday at Catcher, 217 By Street. Say premiere at the door. Or in Best Saturday Party at Taj, 48 West 21st Street, 5th and 6th. Say premiere at the door. If you haven't yet, check out the Premier Boy Podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, and DJ Retro. Once again, thank y'all for tuning into the new episode, and have a good night.
What's up? This is your girl Beauty Bella, and you are listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.